Now you too can be one men envy and women sigh over. The one and only Tuxedo Mask of Sailor Moon. From here, I will teach you in 10 easy steps the secrets to becoming just like Tuxedo Mask and being adored by all females, and be warned, the occasional male, in your vicinity. If you follow these steps correctly, you will be constantly surrounded by sexy young women with impossibly long or impossibly colored hair, very short skirts, and long legs. You'll have no other male competition. Even the villains are mostly female, and they will be wearing even less than the Sailor Scouts. You lucky guy. Don't worry, you will always look taller than them, whatever your height. What did you think that top hat was for, you dummy? Now, let us begin. Remember, if you are successful, you will become like me, Tuxedo Mask! Step 1. The entrance. First, hurl a steel-tipped rose from a great height, and never miss, like so. The scouts are allowed to miss the target. Remember, you aren't. Most important, a spectacular entrance is essential to your mystique. Try appearing from a billboard full of other tuxedo-clad guys. Come disguised as Santa Claus, or at least from high above, cape waving in the breeze from a lamppost. The above part is very important. Women must look up to you. Step 2. The haiku. You must always say a haiku which appears to be directed at the monster of the week, but is really intended to impress Sailor Moon and her friends. Fortunately for you, she's easily impressed. Sprinkle your poetic words of wisdom with some reference to never dashing the dreams of sweet, innocent young girls. Finish by saying in your sternest tone of words that because this monster has done something to disturb the fantasies of young girls, you, Tuxedo Mask, will not tolerate this and will punish this monster. Remember, you feel strongly about this. You like young girls to fantasize, preferably about you. The fact that you are about to be struck down and Sailor Moon will do most of the punishing is not important to your credibility here. Remember, the pep talk is far more important than what you actually do. A secret all true leaders know. Step 3. Take the hit and fall. To be Tuxedo Mask means standing in the line of fire and getting hit dead on, usually to prevent Sailor Moon taking the hit. It's your job. The silly girl never gets out of the way in time. She likes to stay there, mesmerized, like a deer transfixed in the headlights of an oncoming car. So take the hit. Yeah! Now groan, really painfully, because secretly it turns you on when Sailor Moon cries over you. Now, topple over, and lie prone. Try to look as pathetic as possible. You can lose the top hat now. The girls want to look at your nice, thick, dark hair, and lose the mask so they can see those beautiful blue eyes. And now you can stay lying there for the rest of the episode if you like. All the hard work is done. Step 4. Words of encouragement. You don't want to have to do too much work, do you? So now you will cleverly save a few words of encouragement to Sailor Moon and the other scouts. Mutter things like their strength is in their friendship, and that we must all fight as one. They will be so dazzled by these speeches of yours, they won't even notice that you disappeared. Again, and didn't stick around to fight as one. Step 5. Control. Always control. Being Tuxedo Mask means never giving in to your normal adolescent male impulses. Look all you want, but don't touch. Even if her little red ribbons unravel, and Sailor Moon is exposed to your cruel view. At least, not unless she's dying. Then you are allowed the occasional clinch. The point of all this is to drive Sailor Moon absolutely crazy with frustration. So when you finally do give in to your impulses, she won't be able to resist you. Step 6. Disappear mysteriously. Always leave them wanting for more. Having said your words of encouragement, you must now disappear as quickly as possible, cape flying into the night. Where you do go, and why? Keep them guessing. They don't need to know, it's nowhere very interesting. The point is, don't ever stay around long enough that they take your existing presence for granted. Step 7. Dignity. Always dignity. Never lose your temper. Never give in to your emotions. Is she about to strike that pink-haired brat in helpless rage? Grab her hand to restrain her, and shake your head at her. She will respect the fact that you kept your composure and did not say anything to hurt either of them. What an inspiring example you are to Sailor Moon, who believes the best thing to do with an impulse is to give in to it. Step 8. The strong, silent type. Having said your haiku and your words of encouragement, you are no longer called upon to say very much. You should gaze soulfully, look concerned, but do not ever let her know that you're thinking. By the way, I hope you are up to standing still looking concerned for long periods of time. In one episode, Sailor Moon and her friends are captured by a UFO, and you are required to stand there looking up concerned for the entire rest of the episode, and you will still be standing there for the entire next episode. So I hope your feet don't go to sleep while you're standing there and wondering if Sailor Moon and her friends are still alive, because when they escape, they aren't going to bother to let you know. Step 9. Be very unavailable for long periods of time. Now here's where you get back at him for ignoring you when the action's going on. You have to be totally unavailable, preferably captured by the enemy, for many, many episodes. The mental torture this will inflict on weepy Sailor Moon, and oh, she's so sexy when she cries, isn't she now? Admit it, this is why you're doing this. Will make her all more grateful to see you when you finally come back. You won't want her to get too used to having you around and taking you for granted, would you? Step 10. Be patient and kind to everyone, even small, obnoxious pink rugrats. Though Sailor Moon will never admit it, she is inspired by your example. At the subconscious level, she realizes a guy who actually likes looking after an obnoxious kid like Rini is probably going to be good father material someday. And she can't help noticing that you can cook, and your apartment is always immaculate. And there you have it, the 10 steps into becoming Tuxedo Mask.